what is social economic impact. That's what this is talking around. Scope part and non-certifiable standard are not certifiable. Unlike, again, 20,400 is not certified part. But you can certainly say that we are complying with 20,400. 9,001, you get certificate. Guys, we are certified by 9,001 through an auditor. ISO auditors around are 14,001, again auditable. 20,400 is a simple process. It's just a guide. So you could obviously say that, guys, we are complying with, we are the champions, we have gone through these trainings around, and we are complying with ISO 20,400. So as a compliance part, certainly you can write down that. Now, the principles of 20,400, I think we have covered to some extent. Very first one, accountability part, I showed you of. Second, the transparency part, you have to talk around whether we have the transparency, open communication. So all people who are involved at the senior levels, stakeholder levels, should be able to communicate on this topic. And if somebody has a grievance, they should also be able to raise their noise and voice, guys, we are not happy with this selection. We are ignoring sustainability or whatever they may be. So transparent. And you should have some people who are committed to sustainability. Ethical behaviors. So we need to have fair treatment of suppliers and compliance with legal and ethical standards. Respect for stakeholders' interest, respect for the rule of the law, inclusions. So we are trying to balance economic, environment, and social. We are not saying, guys, okay, only 100% I'm looking at the social and environment part. We're looking at all the parameters. So we're looking at the price. We're looking at the greening part. We're also looking at the social part. So we could give different weightage. I think I'll show you in the last one how we weightage it around. Now, the core subjects of this one is obviously organization governance part, which I showed you how the governance will be done. Human rights, labor practices. Now, these human rights, you will find they are coming under not section 12 of the SDG. It could be under different headings. So this could also be the labor practices, environmental impact, consumer issues, and last is community involvement. I think this is becoming a very important part. If I'm setting up a plant in X place, and the land has been given to me by the local farmers, those people have lost their jobs. Am I involving them? If they want to be a small, medium industries around to provide some goods to me, we should respect them. So is the community involved or not? I think this is where I was also involved with one company, big companies around, and one is, and today they are very well known, the number one company they also took care of the community as well. So community part also is important. The people who are given the land to you, yes, they sold the land to you. You got 300 acres, 1,000 acres around. Now, some people have been taken out because they are not growing anything. So that means community involvement has to be there. Supporting the local economies. We cannot throw them out of the job. So this is where 20,400 looks at it, guys. Okay, I'm buying the goods from this company. Are they taking care of social parameters? Are they taking care of community part? That's what we do. But if there are too many legal disputes with the community, so obviously they get a less marks on that. When I'm scoring them, they'll get a less weightage. I'm not ignoring them, but I'm giving them the less score on that basis. So this is how we drive the drivers around. I mean, this is not set in exact same things. It depends on the product. So let's say this is the one which was designed for the rail industries around. Customer is very important to us. Cost is another big driver. Risk is there, security is there, legislation is there, investor confidence is there. So you can write down in this chart all the ones which drives it. The motivation of organizations for practicing sustainability. Actually, I will put this as the first one. If I'm sitting at the top level to decide whether to go or not, I'll list out all my drivers. And then each driver, I'll analyze it, guys. personal leadership, economic, supplier commitment. Is supplier committed to this or not, innovation wise? Then I'll say, guys, first thing I'll say, does it motivate me to go for it? If in my business there are too many risks and my product quality is so poor and people are dying because of the poor qualities, then it gives me some motivation, guys, this is spoiling my reputation. Then the drivers for sustainability should be analyzed with defined objectives and the goals. So first thing you have to decide whether this is really good for you motivation wise, then look at each one of them objective wise and goal wise. So this is how it was done in the real world around. So somebody who was trying to implement in their own organization, they wrote down, this is only for one company, one sector, but doesn't mean that you can take exactly same, but concept can be same. So you draw your own drivers. I'll give you another list again on this. And then first you have to see the motivation part. Then you have to see, guys, can I do some sustainability objective for each point? Like compliance. If I do audit compliance advantage, yes, it's a plus point. I have to do it. Full score. Public policy, nobody bothers about it. So then I'll say, I'll leave it. So out of whatever 19, 20, which I have mentioned, I'll take only 8 or 9 where I feel I have to focus on to survive or to grow. So the drivers are, one is very compliance. Most of the companies, let's be honest, they go with the compliance. If government is not putting any compliance requirements, people don't care. There's only L1 price. So you need to come with the compliance, and those should be included into your evaluation criteria. Risk management. Like evaluation criteria, if I say everybody has to be 9001, ISO 9001. If they are not out, if 14001, not, they're out. So that means compliance is becoming a very basic entry into the system. The risk management, cost efficiencies. If I go with this approach, if I go with the life cycle cost later on, is it improving my business? Let's say today my fuel consumption is very on the generators, air conditioners, refrigerators, anything you talk around, they're consuming too much of electricity. But then there's another product comes around star 5 star, 4 star, 3 star, 2 star. 5 star means this is more energy efficient. Price is 5% up. But then if I look at the life of 5 years, life cycle cost analysis, this works out to be economical, then I go with the LCC. I go with the total cost of ownership. So the decisions are not made just because we like it. Then we come to the market trends. What's happening in the market? If my competitors are already changing it, then you can't be left behind. Otherwise, you will be stagnant. You will be closed. Competitive advantage. Innovations. And the last is global goal alignments. So one is these one up to 6. And the last one is, which I think Sumit was talking, another one was talking around the global goal. If I look with the standard sustainable goal of UN, then I can see, guys, can I see with other parameters as well? Not only with the 12, with 7, human rights, everything around, am I supporting?